Hi, I met another thru hiker for 217. What's your trail name and what's your name?
I don't have a trail name. Name is Chris.
Chris, when did you consider that you were going to do this year?
About 5 months ago.
5 months. Was it any particular reason that motivated you to do 2,000 miles?
Yeah, my dad was going, so I figured why not.
And was you able to have to in between jobs, or is
No, I just quit it for the time being.
a lot of people out here do that. A friend of mine last year was an engineer. He quit, got finished at Maine. He's an engineer at Maine now, so it all comes to you, you know. How much planning did you figure you did for the trail?
Probably the whole last 5 months.
Okay. Anything surprised you out here?
No, not really.
Any issues with your feet?
Slightly, some arch issues,
But no blisters?
one little one.
Small blister.
Yeah.
Do you have an end date or an end time of the year that you'd like to finish?
End of September, by the end of September, we'll be good.
Okay. And so it's you and your dad. Do you mind if I film your dad?
No.
Absolutely. Let me get your dad on here. Dad, what's your name, and do you have a trail name?
Barry Munson, and it's the Great Pumpkin is what.
Well, I wonder why that is.
Well, it's because everything I own is orange from the waist up. It seemed like nobody else wanted it, so wherever you went, it was on sale. So I said, I'll take it. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, how long have you just wanted to hike that place?
I retired in August and had it in mind for about the last year or so that when I retired, we might do it this season or next season, and we just decided to do it this season.
And home is where?
North of Nashville, Tennessee, in Clarksville.
We're from Nashville.
Oh, super.
I'm out of Dixon, Tennessee.
Oh, I know Dixon real well.
Out that area. We're actually from Louisiana, but now in Nashville.
We did some of our training out at Montgomery Bell.
I live 3 miles from Montgomery Bell. My
Burns.
wife.
Then you're from Burns or something.
I'm from White Bluff.
I know White Bluff.
Well, not very many people know where White Bluff is.
I do because there's a McDonald's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my wife thru hiked it in 214, and that's where she trained.
Oh wow.
And she's behind y'all. They're just hiking today.
There's some good backcountry stuff.
It is. It's a good place to do. Any surprises for you out here on the trail?
That I like up better than down.
Okay.
And that my knees are not as in good shape as I thought. I had a knee operation a couple of 3 years ago, reconstructed this knee, and this knee right here now probably needs a little work. But
what about family members? What do they think about y'all out here?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. We started with 2 others. We started with all 3 sons.
Okay.
And we've lost 2 on the way. 1 to an ankle injury, and 1 to a family emergency that he needed to get back to. But everybody sort of found time to get down here for the first 40 miles or so. So it was
now, will the other 2, will they come back?
No.
And do any of it, or it's over?
One's going back to work, and the other is got some taking care of some family issues. So.
Well, man, I'm glad y'all let me film you, and we'll put it up on YouTube, and can't wait to keep up with y'all. Maybe if you see this truck or any of these trucks out there, just stop us, and we'll be out. And
you gonna support your wife the whole way there? Or?
She's already done it. She did in 214.
Oh, okay. She's doing some section now.
No, she's just doing a hike with my friend that's cooking,
super.
And we're out here. We help people every year now, and we end up picking up a group and usually go with them to Harper's Ferry.
Oh, fantastic.
But you know, Godspeed for everything, your trip this year, and hoping no accidents or no problems, and you'll make it to Katahdin and go back on the YouTube and show us your picture of summit picture.
All right. Thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you.
Well, I got some more hikers here, and they just walked up, and I'm getting ready to try to get some names here, and where you're from and all. Give me your trail name and your name.
My trail name is Gipper.
And how do you spell that?
G-I-P-P-E-R.
So I'll make sure I get it right.
And I live in Sevierville, Tennessee. If anybody don't know, that's like 5 miles from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. All right, and I'm doing the whole thing from Springer to Maine.
Did you do the approach trail?
No.
You're a smart guy.
No, it don't count. I ain't doing it.
Hey, I don't blame you one bit. And your name and trail name?
Hi, my name is, my trail name is Dynamite.
Dynamite?
Dynamite, yeah.
A little piece of dynamite.
Yeah, and I live in Columbus, Georgia, and have, actually home is Manchester, Georgia.
And I heard you hiked 11 miles across Blood Mountain.
I did.
The other day right before that storm.
Absolutely. I came down just as it was starting, so.
And when did you decide you were going to hike the Appalachian Trail?
I decided last May that I was going to do this.
What made you decide to do that?
I think the fact that I was 71.
71 years young.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic, and it's exciting to see you come out here and get a cookie or something to eat on. And I know that you're going to do about 7 miles today, and I pray that God will bless every step you make between here and Katahdin.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm the baby of the crowd.
Okay, your name?
My trail name is Papy, and they named
P-A-P-P-Y?
me. Yeah, they named me after Popeye's dad. So I'm
I need some sugar.
from Willis, Texas, and I'm planning on doing the whole trail and having a good time.
Now, y'all three, the ones I just interviewed here, did y'all
We met on the
met
trail.
on the trail?
Met on the trail, and we're gonna stick together.
Pappy, when did you decide you were going to hike the trails?
I had all the equipment to do it 40 years ago, and I lost it all. Went in a fire, but I still decided to do it, so here I am.
So you've had the desire 40 years?
Oh, probably more.
Really?
Yeah, I'm 74, so.
74.
And I'm
Is it
hoping to make it all the way.
Is it like what you thought it would be? Is there any?
Well, I came with the idea it was going to be tough, and it is.
It is
but,
tough.
But I'm feeling better now. I think I'm getting into it. So yesterday was the best day I've had. So.
What about family members? Did they think you were crazy?
My wife thinks I'm a little nuts, but she's known for 40 years I was going to do it. So
That's good.
She said, "Go ahead and do it."
You got somebody holding down the fort back
Holding
at
down
home,
the
you know.
fort, yeah.
Well, guys, we're glad that y'all stopped and just spent
we
a few
sure
minutes with us.
appreciate you. We sure do.
And looks like that I think y'all going to do fine, and y'all going to make it, and you're not
Thank you
going to have
very
any
much.
problems.
Well, that'll be good.
All right, God bless y'all.
Thanks.
How you doing? I got another 2017 Thru hiker this year. Give us your name.
Hi, my name's Brooke.
Brooke, you hadn't got a trail name, you said.
No, not yet.
A lot of them tried to give you one up till now?
No, a lot of people have asked me if my real name is my trail name, but
And when did you start your thru hike this year? What day?
I started it on March 17th.
Alone or with some other people?
Alone, yeah.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Seattle.
Seattle. Well, you're used to the cold weather. And,
It's a little windier than it is over there, but I'm getting used to it.
how long have you been thinking about doing this, or this is kind of a spur of the moment?
I learned about it about 6 or 7 years ago, and I've been slowly ramping up to this year.
And what made this year be the year for you?
I was just ready. I had the money, I had the gear. It's just time to go.
Are you out of college or in between jobs, or?
Just
A lot of people just quit.
I quit jobs.
Quit jobs.
Yeah, I haven't been to college for a few years. I just decided to go.
And that's cool. We've had lots of friends that quit their job, and I worried about them when I was out here, and they got a job as soon as they got off the trail.
Oh,
It wasn't no problem.
I don't think I'll have a problem with that. I've had so many jobs. I don't think it'll be a difficult
Have you
time.
met people that you're hiking around now, or are you basically still alone?
Well, I have met a lot of people, but I'm still not really part of a group or anything
Okay.
because I sleep in too much for
Okay,
to
okay.
be able to join people.
How many miles are you comfortable hiking per day at this time?
Well, up until a couple days ago, I was comfortable with about 10 miles, but
Okay.
I got some gnarly blisters on my pinky toes that I had to take a 0 day, and now I've been taking low miles. I think I did maybe 6 or 7 yesterday.
Okay.
I'd love to be able to do more, but
You will. You'll build up to that, and those blisters will go away or
Yeah.
toughen up, and you'll be fine. Do you have a time frame of when you're going to try to finish the trail?
I'm hoping mid-August.
Mid-August.
Yeah,
Good
but if September, that's
But you
fine.
don't have anything you have to be through for, which is great.
No.
What is the most important thing that you think you learned before you came out here that really, really helped you? If you were telling somebody that's going to do it next year, is there any suggestions that you got?
Well, what helped me was to do, like I used the subreddit for the Appalachian Trail, and I had them look through like my internet backpack and give me pre-shakedowns before I came out here. And so when I got to Neal's Gap, I only got rid of like 4 things, and they were all last minute things that I threw in.
What kind of pack weight? Do you know your pack weight?
Well, before food and water, it's about 19.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, you ought to be comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, has anything out here surprised you, or you've been shocked at anything?
Just the wind.
The wind?
I didn't expect it to be so windy.
Okay. And what about the blisters? When did you first develop them?
Well, they started developing on day 1, but they like any normal day of just walking for a long period of time, those same blisters will form, but I'm just not used to continuing to walk on them,
Yeah.
so they just got worse and worse.
Now you said you slept right up here. We're at Hog Pen. That's mile around 37, 38 on the Appalachian Trail. And are you going to hike out today, or are you kind of taking it easy for the rest of the day?
I am going to try to make it, I think.
Low Gap Shelter's the next shelter, and Blue Mountain Shelter.
Blue Mountain's pretty far, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's
Oh no,
maybe
no, I'm
7
thinking
miles.
the Unicoi. So I might try
8
to
miles.
make it to Blue Mountain,
Okay.
but what was the other one?
Low Gap.
Yeah.
Low Gap's the first one, about 4 miles, and then Blue Mountain's
I'm
another
gonna
7.
get there, see how I feel. If I
Yeah.
can go farther, I will.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking time to talk to me, and
Thank you.
may God bless every step you take between here and Katahdin.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, I found some more 2017 thru hikers here to just come out and talk to us. Tell me your name.
I'm Ranon.
I'm Sean.
And Sean, tell me about y'all, friends or what?
We're together. We're boyfriend, girlfriend.
Boyfriend, girlfriend?
And we talked about hiking the AT when we first met. Actually, we met in college at Western Carolina University. Talked about thru hiking, and we ended up thru hiking together. Well, we're not thru hikers yet, but we hope to be when we get to Maine.
So how long have you been working on doing this?
Well, the thought was there for 2 years, and we're not the best planners, we can say, but over the last 2 years, we definitely talked about it and put ideas together.
Yeah.
So how did you, are you in between school and work?
No,
Or,
Graduated.
yeah, I guess.
You're
Graduated
graduating.
college.
so you haven't started your career,
No,
kind of yet?
not yet.
Hopefully
Okay.
August or September.
Yeah.
So you're trying to be through by August or September,
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
and then
the goal.
step into the real world?
Yeah.
Yep.
The real
Wherever
step
it may
into the
lead.
real world. Step off the trail.
Well, you know, there's a guy that died last year, Baltimore Jack. And Baltimore Jack was out here for years. And somebody interviewed him when he hiked his second thru hike. And somebody asked him, said, what are you going to do in the real world when you get through? And I'll never forget his line. He said, this is the real world.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah, this is the real world.
Well, it
is the
feels
real
more like the real world
Yeah.
to us.
Now, how much planning did you do?
Less than we wanted to.
Less than you? Okay, what would you tell someone that's going to do it next year that maybe you didn't realize and you would wish you would have given more thought to at this point?
Spend a little more time on your pack weight. We, like the last week, we kind of were fumbling around with it and playing with it. But I think if we had more time to go through that, we were working a lot the
And-
day we left.
And go on some extended backpacking trips before you actually
Like
hit
right
the AT.
before. We did
But-
it like the year before.
Yeah, a lot of times it's referred to as a shakedown hike,
That's right.
and those are great because they make sure, you know, our shakedown hike we got rid of a lot, maybe 5 pounds
Yeah.
of stuff we didn't even use, and we were
Good
like,
deal.
we don't need this.
Good. Now,
And start saving early.
Okay.
Save the funds.
how important was the budgeting of this, all of this? We'll move over here a little bit and let them come.
Well, we plan to do it pretty frugally, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Okay.
Yeah, we're a bit frugal.
We
Okay.
saved everything we got from like graduation, and we worked as much as we could.
Yeah, just
Now-
put in some work and saved money.
And you said you were at college where?
Western Carolina University.
Okay, so you will not be real far away from the trail. Now, is there family or friends that are trying to come out here and see y'all?
Yeah, my family's in Waynesville.
Oh, wow.
His family's in New Jersey by the trail, though. So
Wow.
So we
we've
have a
got
little
'em
support
spread
line.
around.
I've got a friend of ours that we helped in 2015 or 16 last year, and he's coming from New Jersey Sunday to meet at Damascus to do trail magic.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
it's a lot of people out here from all over the country.
We heard a lot about Damascus, and we're really excited to get there.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope y'all make it. I think you will, and God bless every step you take all the way up there. And if you'll go on YouTube when you get through to this channel and maybe post your summit picture, and everybody can see how successful you were.
We
Okay.
would love to.
Yeah. Okay. We
Well,
love
enjoy the trail magic we got here for you,
Thank
and
you.
and hopefully we'll see you up the trail again.
That'd be
All right.
great. Thank you.
Well, we're sitting down here at Hog Pen Gap, and we got a bunch of packs over there on the ground. We picked up some people at Neal's Gap and found out one of them's from Baton Rouge, And what better way to treat a Baton Rouge guy than with a jambalaya? I've got Gene Campbell from Baton Rouge, a good firefighter friend of mine. We worked together about 30 years, huh, Gene?
Yep, that's right.
And Debbie, his wife, is hiking with Sherry, I believe, coming down the trail and going to do about 7 miles today. So Gene said he'd cook a jambalaya for the guy from Baton Rouge. What do you think about it, Gene?
This is different. It really is. The wind up here is pretty challenging to cook with.
And Mr. Leonard, I've been knowing Mr. Leonard since 2014. It was a miracle, Leonard, how you and I met.
Oh, it was, obviously.
And
Obviously,
stayed
it
in
was
touch.
something God lined up.
Absolutely. And Leonard lives close, and he does trail magic here, and Trey Mountain is one of his favorite spots, and I know Gooch Gap
Yeah.
and Neil's Gap.
Correct.
I would hate to even guess how many people you've fed over the last few years.
Probably close to 1,000.
I know.
I would guess.
At
Probably
least.
so.
This is one of the unsung heroes, guys, and a lot of the people that are watching these videos, Leonard has seen them this year. When did you start this year, Leonard?
5.5 weeks ago.
5.5.
The day before Valentine's Day.
And I know that
February
you've done
13th.
hot chocolate, a lot of hot chocolate,
Yes,
some days 60 cups and more
Oh, yeah.
of hot chocolate
Easily.
and all. Man, I appreciate you, Leonard, and I appreciate
Oh,
what you're doing. That's his truck, guys. If you're thinking about hiking next year in 2018, if good Lord willing, I bet you he'll be out here again next
And
year.
those for this year, they know me by Lionheart.
Lionheart.
It's a trail name.
That's good. Okay, well, here comes the people that he was. Here's the guy from Baton Rouge and a couple of more of them that are slack packing, and now they're getting ready to have the jambalaya. All right, guys, it's gonna get loud here, so I'll talk to y'all later. I wanted to make sure I got Gene in here because he's the cook today with the jambalaya. And here comes some more of them coming down the trail. Like I say, we've got a whole stack of packs here, and we'll catch y'all later, guys. Have a great day. We are. All right, guys. Gene's got the jambalaya done. That's a pot of jambalaya. All right, guys. Who's going to be the first bowl? Get in here.
Thank you.
Wow.
Really?
Okay, I found some more through hikers here, and I know they don't have trail names. They just told me that. But give me your name.
I'm Anna.
A-N-N-A?
Yeah, and I'm Emily.
Emily, E-M-I-L-Y. And the reason I say that, on my YouTube, I put your name at the first of the YouTube that I'm doing that day. So that way, if somebody wants to find themselves, they can just look and see which YouTube they're on.
Okay.
When did y'all start thinking about hiking?
Last year, seriously.
And what was the motivation to do that this year?
I hated my job.
You hated your job. Do you want to share with us what kind of job that was?
I worked in a laboratory, 12-hour nights shifts.
Well, no wonder you hated the job. What will you do when you get through?
After this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna return to my job in.
The one you hated?
Nope, different one. Different one, not as adulty. I'm a whitewater raft guide in Harper's Ferry.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
And
me
what's your
too.
story?
Same thing, whitewater raft guide in Harper's Ferry, and yeah, decided that I wanted to do this because we both graduated this past May. So
So you're doing this before you get involved with family or something like that?
yeah, before we become part of the machine.
Yeah. Now, family, what about family? What they think about your hiking the Appalachian Trail?
My dad thinks it's cool. Her mom's friends have bets that
We'll quit
after
pretty
2
soon.
weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, they're betting you're going to quit.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a motivation factor. You've got to stay longer than
2 weeks.
Yeah. And then if they bump it to 4 weeks or a month, then maybe that's
Gotta
how
keep
they'll push
going.
you up there.
Yeah.
What was the thing that you would tell somebody that's going to hike next year that maybe you didn't think about that you've learned already out here? Anything, or is everything pretty much on the level?
Just like have a good, like you're gonna forget something, you're gonna mess stuff up. Like people who really have their stuff together forget things. So just have a good sense of humor.
Have
Like-
sense in you?
Keep
How
it
about you?
Keep it light, yeah.
Yep. We forgot our utensils and we forgot ibuprofen. So they're pretty essential items that we forgot in the beginning, and we made it. It was fine.
Okay,
Made it work.
what day did you start? Just 4 or 5 days ago, 6 days?
Yeah. 5, I think.
What was your worst day here so
The
far?
worst was the first night up on top of Springer Mountain.
So cold.
Very cold.
Just so cold
And windy.
and windy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like today, it's windy, but it's not quite as cold today. Have you seen anything strange out here unusual?
Bus mansion.
Oh, wow. Wait, what did you say?
The bus mansion. So strange. You talk about
Tell me about it.
Back a few miles back, I don't know
exactly where it was. We came down to a parking lot like this. And there was a bus mansion they had made themselves, kind of a commune.
Hippie booth. Is that the 12 tribe?
It was,
Yeah, they were cool people.
Yeah, they are. They've got places all up the trail, way
Yep.
up north. That's cool, and you got some trail magic then.
Yep.
Well, that's good. Well, guys, I hope you'll go on the YouTube channel and comment with us, and then give us your summit picture.
Okay.
When you summit, do you have a time that you really need to be through by? Is there anything in the future that's critical that you need to really make sure you're through by that time? That's the way to do it, guys. You take till you have to, you know. God bless it, and God bless each step you take, and we'll be looking forward to maybe meeting you again.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I've got a special guest here, a friend of mine that hiked the trail in 214 with my wife named Digger. Went out to the PCT and hiked the PCT, and he ran into this guy. Tell us your name.
My name is Jackson Bell. My trail name is Action Jackson.
Jackson. And you met Digger on the PCT where?
In Southern California. I met him in the Angeles National Forest, and I hiked with Digger for maybe a month, maybe a little less than that.
Yeah, I'm not sure when he texted you, but he texted me a week or so ago and told me he had a friend that he'd hiked with and wanted me to meet you, and I think he was kind of telling you the same thing.
Jimmy Digger talked you up for at least a couple months.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
okay.
he let me know about you.
Oh wow!
But he really tried to facilitate us meeting.
And we had an opportunity to meet today and to run into Blairsville and take a few minutes to learn a little bit more about you. And I'm excited about your hike out here. Tell me again, when did you decide you were going to do the AT this year?
Well, so last year I did the Pacific Crest Trail. I was living in New York, working as a chef. I was there for about 8 years, and I was looking for a bit of a transition in my life. I wanted to get out of New York. I wanted to get into kitchens. I thought I'd relocate out west, but I enjoyed the experience of the Pacific Crest Trail so much that I decided to go ahead and do the AT this year, the next year, after I knew that my tendonitis was good, my ankles healed up, and before I decided to become an adult again and get back into a career. So I just figured now is the time to just flip it and do another trail because I love the experience that much.
So you think you're going to have to become an adult again?
I mean, eventually. I can't be Peter Pan my whole life.
You said you're from Indiana, I believe.
I grew up, yeah, but I've bounced around.
Bounced around?
Just, yeah, after college, I just want to see. I lived in California for a while, in New York. I went to culinary school in Paris. So that was a great experience.
Yeah, we was just talking to my buddies back here behind us about the chef stuff, because we've met a lot of people, and you were a little surprised at that, about how many chefs we've met on the trail or people that were going to be a chef.
Yeah.
And you said that, of course, it was a good profession for you, and you enjoyed it to a degree. And you say you will go back in that, you maybe?
We talked about this a little bit, but when I was working in New York in restaurants, I was not a vegetarian. But now I'm a vegetarian, so my options, for ethical reasons, I don't want to cook the meat.
Sure.
So my options are more limited. Restaurants are very hard work, and I know there's a lot of different things you can do besides just work in restaurants and still be in food.
Right.
But I'm kind of figuring out what my next direction is going to be. I don't think it's going to be in food, though. But
Okay.
we'll see how it works out.
Well, Jackson, let me ask you something. I haven't asked anybody this, I don't believe, on the set of YouTubes I've asked. Is there anything you're looking forward to on the trail that maybe you know about that's coming up somewhere up the trail?
Specifically to the AT?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to have to be honest with you, I didn't do that much research about the AT as I did the PCT. I just relied a lot on what my friends told me, and I'm just going to take it as it comes.
Okay.
I think the most exciting thing for me is I used to live in New York, and I have friends and family all along the way. So I'm really eager to just be back in nature, just be open to the experience, and also to just see friends of mine from the PCT, friends of mine from other parts of my life, and family, and just kind of enjoy them along the way.
So you've got a lot of people that, while you're out here, that you'll probably get to see or meet? going up?
Yeah, I'm planning on going to towns and seeing friends and family. People want to come join me for a little while. I'm gonna go in New York for like at least a week. I got a lot of friends and family I miss out there. So,
Wow. And do you have any, I ask everybody this question, do you have a time that you really need to be finished or not really?
Well, you know, I mean, there's that saying, last one to finish wins. You know, it's a cliche, but for me, the point is to be out here for as long as I can. I mean, clearly I want to finish before I run out of money, which I think I should be fine budget-wise, and I want to be in Katahdin before Baxter State Park closes down. So,
well, you got a lot of time.
Yeah, September.
And you know, the little saying you just said, I've never heard anybody say that on YouTube.
The last one to finish with. Yeah, is that
more said out on the PCT?
Maybe. I mean, I'll find out here in the AT. I don't know, but that's definitely a mantra out on the PCT.
like it.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I like it, and I like the idea about as long as you get there before they finish, because that tells me a lot about you, that you're out here to enjoy the trail, and it's not about doing 30 and 40 miles a day.
No, it's just out here just enjoying the experience.
But on the trail, on the PCT, I know y'all did big miles every day because the terrain's a little different, and you needed to, I guess.
Yeah, you needed to, and I guess. I mean, we'll see. I just started the AT, so I don't really know what the culture is like compared to the PCT yet. But people do get, kind of more fixated on miles in the PCT. Some people, and it's a little easier. Like where it's steeper here, it's on the PCT. It's not allowed to go like above a 30% grade for the pack animals.
Right.
So you can just do bigger miles. You know, just lots of switchbacks, and it's a little easier to do bigger miles.
Well, I'm glad that Digger called me and texted me, and we got together, and I'm really excited. Hopefully we'll get to see you on up the trail sometime, and if we don't, I would really like to get a summit picture, and we put that on along with the YouTube video.
I'll make sure you go in.
God bless every step you take, Jackson, and hope to see you later.
All right, good night.
I've got some interesting people here. They're through hiking as a couple, and you are the first couple of 217 that I have interviewed, so I'm going to ask you, first of all, your name and your trail name.
My name is Connie, and my trail name is Tinkle.
And you just got that trail name. Your husband named you.
Yes.
And I'm going to come back to you just in a second about that. Your name?
I'm Mike.
Mike, when did you decide that y'all were going to through hike the Appalachian Trail?
Just about a year ago. We've both been looking forward to it for a lot of years, but just about a year ago we set the date.
Okay. But what made you think about it? I mean, you say a year ago. Did you know very much about the Appalachian Trail?
I've been section hiking for 7 or 8 years.
Have you done this section?
No, not this section.
Okay.
So we live in West Virginia, so we've done Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, parts of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Was this more his idea or your idea?
No, it was. I wanted to through hike about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I think Mike had the idea a little bit longer than me. But Mike and I are newlyweds. We just got married a month ago.
Wow, congratulations.
So, I found a fellow hiker. So that was one thing we had in common. And so we are, I guess, having a 6-month honeymoon.
Wow, that is so nice to hear. I've met a lot of people that are married on the trail. I've met several people that got married because of the trail. When my wife hiked in 214, she started, and 2 kids that started together are still together today, not married, they're living together, living in Maine, and doing right well. That is fantastic. Now, you're planning to do this. How much work went into the planning?
Well, we probably planned for the whole year.
Yeah, probably a whole year.
Practice hikes and our equipment, trying out our equipment, and trying different kinds of shoes, making sure we were very prepared.
Good.
We knew it was going to be a challenge. We wanted to be very prepared.
Any children? Not between y'all, I mean previous marriages?
Yes, we both have children.
And what does the children think about this endeavor?
They're proud of us.
That's great. Now, are y'all, social media is so big out here nowadays. Is it just Facebook or telephone you're staying in touch, or what?
Facebook.
Facebook. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any things that surprised you so far? I mean, you're 31 miles in, and who knows, anything can surprise you.
Just how good the terrain is. It's easier than what we're used to. So
wow.
It's been nice.
Wow. And if I'm hearing that from you here, you're going to have a pretty good hike.
It is. We've been talking about for 2 days how nice the terrain is.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. Wow. No blisters or no.
No.
foot issues?
No.
No.
Wow. Do y'all have a time frame that you really need to be done by?
End of August or the first week of September.
Okay. Okay. So you got a commitment. You really want to be back for that. What about the numbers of people out here? Did you expect this many when you started?
Yeah, probably so. You know, looking at the ATC numbers, we knew there were going to be a lot, but there's a lot of people on the trail right now who aren't through hiking.
Right, absolutely.
So it's
right.
You know, it's crowded.
And it thins out when you get up, you know, out of the Smokies, and then again in Damascus, it'll really thin out a lot.
Mike is 1,053, and I'm 1,054 that registered at Springer
Well, I'm so glad you told me that, because then people listening or watching this knows about how many people has done it, and we're at March 22 or 23 today, I think. March the 23rd.
Right, we started on the 21st, and we were 10:53 and 10:54.
Well, I appreciate you telling me that, because that's going to help people. That information is what people want to hear anyway, because they want to know about how many people are doing it by March. And there's a big group behind you, and there's a big group in front of you guys. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking time out. I know it's tough when you get through hiking all day. You want to just go down and get your feet out of your shoes and all of that. But may God bless every step y'all take all the way to Maine. And then maybe if you check back on the YouTube channel when you get through, you'll put your summit picture on there.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Sure.
Hopefully we can catch you up the trail again.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.